As a matter of fact, black women are so backwards. Think about how many black women y'all have heard say this word. They got a baby by a you ask, are y'all getting married? Nah, that's a big step. Hold up, bitch. You can get married in Vegas in a drive-through and get divorced the next damn day. But if I get you pregnant, you stupid, you got 18 years of this motherfucker. And then after that, you got to put him in the world and he could turn into Jeffrey Dahmer. But it makes more sense for you to think about marrying me than reproducing with me. Only black women say stupid shit like that. And only black men listen to stupid shit like that because your mama probably was a stupid like that.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something, okay, before I get into this video. I'm not going to talk long. The way you all have been supporting my channel, hats off to you, okay? If I had $1, I'd give everybody $1. But I just can't, I don't know everybody yet. But without further ado, here is some Tommy. I'm going to start putting a little bit more in like content besides Tommy just to see how you guys like it. But without further ado, let's get into it.
What are you asking me? What's for a first date? Mm-hmm. Yes, you are. Well, I feel like you need to be, let's keep the conversation light. Let's keep the conversation casual. Let's sit here, try to get to know each other. Let's see if we can have a conversation. Let's see if we even get along before we want to decide if we want to have a second date or not. But to just blade out, ask a person, what's your body count? Then you want to make your own judgment based off of that on a first date perspective. I think that's weird. Because you worried about the wrong shit.
And this is why.
But why would it be weird if he doesn't want to have to deal with a woman with a high body count? He wants to make sure he's not wasting his time. He don't want a woman with a high body count. The only way it would be weird or offensive is if you have a high body count. There's no problem.
I think that's semantics. I personally, because if you like a person, you're just gonna like that person.
That's not semantics.
Everything doesn't have to be black and white like that.
But based off of your experiences with other men is going to show if you're able to stay and be faithful or not. Regardless of there's no point in him pouring into you if you're not going to stay.
What does your body count have to do with your other personal experience of other men?
I got you. Anaya, 1 second. You can go after it. Do you notice how you turn it into relationship talk again? 90% of the relationship we have nowadays is fucking. It's being friends with benefits. It's not about marriage. So you guys keep talking about, oh, if you want to have a relationship with the person and the person is good to you and you're good to the person, I'm trying to fuck. That's what I'm trying to do. Why am I getting a woman? Hey, Melanie, stop. 1 second. Melanie, I don't care if you cook. I don't care if you clean. I don't care if you are good with pets. You like babies. You help the elderly. If you have a big booty, I'm going. I'm sorry. That's what most men are doing and most women are doing. They will date 90% of these men and then find a sucker and a boring woman to marry. There's most relationships is on a fucking relationship. So why am I going around and saying if she's a good woman, if she's a good cook? Melanie, most of these men are in love with you on the chat. They have no idea who you are. No idea. They see you look good. You have some big teeth. You have a fat ass. They don't know if you cook well. They don't know if you clean well. They don't know if you are a good person. They going. So what the fuck are we doing here?
But that's it's not. But, it's crazy. Yeah, but that's men's nature though. But if the woman wants a different outcome, it's based on how she's carrying herself. It's not
about Anaya. If we were trying to go into business, would it be offensive to you if I asked you how many business partners you had before me?
Good one.
That's a difference.
No, I'm asking you if we were going to business, would that be offensive if I asked you how many business partners? What's more important, your relationship that you end up having with somebody or business?
You know,
the fact that she has to think about
repeat your question again, so I know I'm not misunderstanding you.
What's more important, the transactional relationship you may have with someone that's business, or the relationship you may possibly spend the rest of your life with that person? What's more important?
The second part, I think. I feel like the second part.
So then why, if you dealing with multiple men, you're not staying loyal to them, you're not listening to them, you're not cooperating with them, you having sex with people you don't even like, why would that be offensive to you if I asked you how many men you dealt with? If you got to me.
Did she say the word offensive?
I think it'd be weird. I think it'd be a little weird because you're worried about the wrong shit.
How can it be? I just asked you again. If the business part wasn't offensive because I want to know if you've done business before, if you succeeded, if it was poor, if you stayed loyal to your business partner. Why is a man asking you how many body counts you had offensive if who you're having sleep with would be anybody? If it's somebody you love, if it's somebody you having a good time with, if you're having sex with multiple men and your body count is going up, but you're not giving them any commitment, why would that be offensive? I ask you how many men you slept with.
We're not comparing apples and oranges, though.
No, in my
like those are two completely different. Those are two completely different.
So Ayana,
those are two completely Anaya. Those are two completely different things. We're talking about business versus somebody's body count. That's so different. Like you can't even compare to both of those things.
It's not two different things.
It's a little
it's
weird
not
to try
because
to
because
compare.
if you're choosing somebody, if you're trying to choose a successful mate, it's the same thing as if you were choosing a successful business partner. Your past performance is an indicator of future performance. So if you're trying to go into business and you want to have a successful business, you're going to pick a partner that's going to be a good partner that has a good past. The same thing with a relationship. In fact, if your goal is marriage has always been more about business than love. So it's absolutely the same thing. It's absolutely the same thing. Now, when we're talking about body count, I find it interesting that for a very long time, women would always say that men don't have standards. In fact, they would argue that men will just screw anything, you know? But then when it comes to them, it's like, oh, don't ask about my body count. Well, if you want men to not screw anything, then you want men to have standards. They should be absolutely concerned about your body count.
On the first date?
Yes.
Because that is what I said on the first date.
So let me ask you this question.
So
let me ask you this question.
A man's standards is linked to her body counts? Is that what you're saying?
It's a big part of it.
No, what I'm saying is a man's standards is based on what he's willing to accept and what he's not willing to accept. Now, if he starts pursuing a woman and he's looking at that woman like, okay, I could probably take you seriously, he wants to know that woman hasn't slept around with everybody.
Nah, I feel like ain't no real man. Ain't no real man. Let's just make that plain clear.
Oh
God. Look at God.
Well, look at that.
I'm talking about to a woman that he's pursuing on a first date or really any amount of time is going to ask her, what's your body count? Because he's not going to give a fuck. It don't have anything to do with how far a relationship can prosper based on someone's body count. But I'm also not going to over articulate and over possess all this passion on this quote unquote one thing of a body count, because I don't think it's that deep.
Here's the reality with that. Here's the reality with that, with the whole real man conversation, right? If we look back in the past, we can argue that the men back in the past were way more manly and masculine than we are today. The men of the past, when they got into relationships with women or started courting women or pursuing women, there was an expectation that woman didn't have a body count. So they didn't even have to inquire about that because it was assumed that you didn't have a body count. And in this day and age, you're talking about a man today ain't gonna ask a woman that. Yeah, a man today ain't gonna ask a woman that because most of these niggas out here ain't hitting on 2 damn cents. They don't give a shit how many people you've screwed. In fact, they're hoping that you screwed a lot of people because that would give them a better shot to screw you on the first night. And right now what's going on with women is women don't want men asking about body count because they know it's wrong and they don't want to be embarrassed to have to admit how many dudes they done laid up with before they got married.
Put the words out my mouth.
Angry man is cooking. That's right, I'm in here. My turn to commentate. Let me tell you something about this body count situation. For a lot of men, they can already tell. They can tell by how a woman carries herself. Like, they won't know the exact number, but especially a man who's older, who's been around for a little bit, he's like, oh, okay, I don't know how many men she's been with, but she's been with enough. She's been with enough. I hate it when women say, well, a real man wouldn't. If y'all knew if these women knew what a real man was, then they would have one. How is it that you know what a real man is, but you don't have one? Is it that these real men just don't want you? Probably because they see how you move and they're like, nah, I don't want to be a part of that. Another thing Angry Man said was back then the men, they had a standard that the woman was a virgin. You had to be, because no man was just gonna be around like wifing up like a hoe. It's just not happening. Women don't like that body count question, especially here in America, because they know that, first of all, they know that it's wrong. And then they know he's going to look at me like a hoe if I tell him how many people that I've really been with. Y'all, they give their bodies away to so many men that by the time they find a guy that they want, they have no idea how to act. They're like, most women fall into a good relationship. So if they fall into a good relationship or meet a man who's genuine and likes them, they're like, I'm not going to mess this up. I've had women tell me that. I'm not going to tell, or I didn't want to tell you because like I liked you and I didn't want you to leave. I was like, you know what? I understand. I still left, but I understood what they were talking about. Having a high body count is sort of like the standard now. It used to be back in the day, it would be like being a virgin and being a conservative woman was a standard. But now it seems like Meg Thee Stallion and the people and the girls that have mindsets like Meg Thee Stallion, that's the norm now.
What's going on with women is women don't want men asking about body count because they know it's wrong and they don't want to be embarrassed to have to admit how many dudes they done laid up with before they got married.
Put the words out my mouth.
He cooking.
That's the reality.
But Angry, let me say this. If a woman by the time she reached the age 30 and she only slept with 5 people, and a man that's potentially, pursuing acts or the number, I think she'll be proud to say, hey, I'm 30 or whatever, I only slept with 4 or 5 people. That would be a number that she would have no problem saying, because it's a relatively no number, it's reasonable, it's respectable. From what I've seen in my personal life, numbers, and this has nothing to do you and I, numbers that are kind of in that area where it's make the man look like, oh, nah, I ain't about to invest all this in you. I think that we don't want to have that conversation. But if a woman
I don't think it's no harm in asking.
I don't think she have a problem saying the number.
I agree with you. And if I sound really like I'm talking hella loud, it's because I got my cancellation headphones on.
No,
I
you're
like
good.
to hear myself when I talk.
You're good.
What they're trying to do is they're just trying to say this, right? You would ask a man for his job, and if that man said he had 10 jobs on the last 2 years, you would find it weird. You would be like, oh, I don't know about this.
No, I think... No, let's scratch that. I'm saying, let me also clarify, because I'm also answering and my comment was based off this specific thing.
No, go ahead.
There's no harm in asking a person what's their body count. If someone wants to ask me what's my body count right now, depending on who it was, if I'm in a relationship with them, I would tell them. But on a first date, I think if that's what you asking me on the first date of us first talking, first meeting, first hanging out and getting to know one another, if you ask me what's my body count on the first date, I just feel like, yes, that is weird, because what are you focused on?
Be taking you serious. Taking you serious.
So a person's gonna take me serious.
The time he's gonna invest in you.
If Fatty just told you earlier, if you were listening, if he's on demon time or want to have sex, he don't care about who you have sex with. You have sex with, and are you listening? Like, God, we tell you our secrets, we tell you man code, and you go, oh, it's weird if he asks about a body count. When it actually shows if a man comes out his mouth, hey man, how many people you dealt with? He actually has interest in you.
Yes. So what?
How is it weird if the two of you first met and you're trying to get to know each other? And he's basically just asking you questions about, like, because for me, in my opinion, if you're not ashamed to screw a bunch of people outside of wedlock, you shouldn't be ashamed to tell people how many people you screwed outside of wedlock.
Because I feel like there's a different way you could rephrase that question. You can rephrase that question. Instead of if I'm on a date and a guy says,
let me ask you this.
Listen, hear me out. If a guy straight up and says, what's your body count? Like you gonna have to take another stand and be like, what?
Ayana.
If I'm
So
getting to know a
instead, he's
person,
supposed to say how many.
and they say, how many relationships have you been in? How many relationships? You know, it's just a different way that you ask what you want to know.
Relationships,
but there you. One second. I just want to clarify this so we can have an honest conversation, right? And then Ali, Tommy, Angry Man can go. Women don't ask, hey, Tommy, how much money do you make? They ask your profession. Mm-hmm. And if you say, I'm an orthoped, whatever the L is, you Google it. How much does a doctor that works on this with this amount of years gets? And you go ahead and you kind of see, oh, he gets between 150 to 200. I got it. Men are not going to ask your body count. Men are going to ask how many boyfriends, for how many years you've been single. Yep. Before the pandemic, you've been single since 2018. I know what you've been doing.
Okay.
Right?
Well, Fatty.
So let me say this. Let me say this one last thing. Let me say this one last thing.
And then now Anaya.
It's Anaya.
This is Ali's fault. So respectfully, right? Women just don't like to get straight up question about body count. But men will find a way to circumvent the how many bodies you have and ask 7 qualifying questions to kind of see if you've been outside or not. And if they can get it, they don't, they don't.
So hold on, Anaya, slow down. Anaya, slow down. If I slept with all the women on this panel, would it increase my value or lower my value?
Lower.
Listen.
Increase.
I'm gonna
for a man. He's a man.
Can you answer it, please? To society and the women and men on the panel, if I slept with all of you, would it increase my value or lower my value?
Who knows this information?
Women don't want no
public knowledge.
Okay.
You slept with everyone on this panel.
So Anaya, I will say this: if I slept with all of you, it would increase my value to men and women. If you slept with all the men, it would decrease your value to men and women. If you saw me walk outside this building with 20 women on my arms, you'd be like, damn, who was that? If a man saw you walking out, all women with 20 men on your arms, they go, ooh, that's a jump off. Our value is deemed different, and there's double standards. Right. I'm not expecting you to protect.
Yes, there is double standards,
provide,
for sure.
But your lower count will determine whether I want to protect and provide for you.
Let's get Angry Man and Tommy over here, and then I need to bring up Turil, so he wants to say something. Go ahead, Angry Man, and then Tommy interrupted, please. Go ahead.
Yeah. What Ali is saying is 100% correct. A woman with 100 men is a zero, but a man with 100 women is a hero. At the end of the day, the thing that I can't understand is how can a person who has chosen to operate in a disrespectful way expect respect? Like if you're already disrespecting yourself, because the way it works is when men and women are born, right? Men are born at the bottom of the mountain. Our job is to climb up the mountain. We have to achieve shit. Women are born at the top of the mountain. Your job is to stay at the top of the mountain. Every time you sleep with someone who is not a husband and you just sleeping around, you come further down that mountain. And a lot of y'all are meeting dudes halfway down the damn mountain. And that's why you keep catching hell when it comes to relationships. Now, the thing that Ali said that I disagree with, it's not that they're choosing to be single. They don't know how to be in relationships. They don't know how to spot a good man from a bad man. The man that cares about how many people you slept with is the good dude. The dude that doesn't care is the bad dude. It's simple.
Angry Man is right. Angry Man is 100% right. Ali talked about the marriage versus the business partner. Marriage is a business. But you will find that women will say, yes, marriage or picking your mate for marriage is way more important than picking your mate for business. But even still, they'll tell a business partner how many business partners that they've had, or potential business partner, how many business partners that they've had. But they won't tell a man who will potentially die for them how many men that they've slept with. Women don't like, the woman said, well, I just don't like how you ask the question. Why can't you ask how many relationships I've been in? Women don't like questions that will hold their feet to the fire and make them take accountability. Why can't I just be straightforward with you? If you say that you're my equal and that you all are quote unquote grown-ups just like the men, then why can't I just talk to you straightforward like the men do? Why can't I just ask you something straightforward instead of you trying to tone police and say, well, you need to ask it like this? No, I'm asking it how I want to ask it. If a man is asking you on the first date, and this is how goofy a lot of women are. If a man is asking you on the first date, they automatically go to, oh, he must be weird, instead of thinking, well, maybe he wants to take me seriously. Maybe that's why he's asking before he invests all this time, money, energy, and resources. Maybe that's why he's asking me. But they'll immediately go to the negative information like, oh, he's trying to, whatever it is, fill in the blank. And then the last thing before I keep the video going, they always say, I feel this way. I feel that way. I feel like you're trying to speed up the process and not getting to know me. If it was up to women, they would want men to not ask any questions and just keep investing time, energy, money, and resources into them and say, well, if you want to know about me, you're going to have to date me to find out. No man, especially in today's time, is going to continue to invest money and everything into a woman if he doesn't even know how many people that if he doesn't even know if you're a potential suitable mate yet. But they'll want men to do it, but they don't want to do it for themselves. If a woman says, how much do you earn? I'm gonna say, well, why don't you just get to date? Just date me. Just date me. And then, you know, with us just getting to know each other, then you'll figure it out.
I just asked my wife and she said most women.
Tommy, go ahead, and then we get too real and interrupted. Go ahead.
Me or the other one?
There's only one Tommy on the panel.
Oh, I did. He was talking, and his name is Thomas.
What, Tommy?
Hey, is your name Tom? Is your name Thomas too? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hi, Thomas. How you doing?
All right. I'm doing all right. Look, I tell you what, and there's no offense to anybody, y'all know I just talk kind of plainly. A lot of times, the biggest problem, especially in the black community, black women got too much voice, got too much mouth. And the fact that you let them speak and we think that like they'll be saying things and won't even know what the word means or say the word wrong and just be talking and seeking words and saying, well, it's the way that you said it. Well, you got to understand, a real man. So when a woman can tell you what a real man is, that is a problem. Because usually when she say what a real man is, it's always somebody that accepts her shit and won't question her shit. It's always a real man for that one. A real man will get with a woman who has kids. Haven't y'all heard that? How many of y'all black men heard that? A real man will be with a woman that's got kids. Who says that? A bitch with kids.
I said the same thing,
what's gonna be next? A real man should get with somebody got AIDS if you're real. It's really stupid. But you'll hear black women talk like this and they'll be real confident being in public, being real ignorant. Why would you want to know how many people I've slept with? Well, I want to know if I'm throwing my hot dog down a hallway. Why wouldn't I want to know how many people done jumped on you and treated you like a human trampoline? That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Why do you care if you like me? I don't know you. You know why we on this first date, lady? Because you had a fat ass and titties. And I said, let me get your number. I didn't know a damn thing about you. Didn't know your last name. Probably didn't remember it unless I put it in my damn phone. And usually, nigga, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. When I put your name in my phone, it's Big Booty Betty I met at the motherfucking Publix. That's how I labeled your ass. So for you to sit there and tell that motherfucking lie that I'm supposed to be trying to get to know anything else, no, I need to know if I'm serious about fucking Big Booty Betty, how many other niggas done fuck Big Booty Betty? Because when I met this bitch at Publix, I know 39 niggas in aisle 7 was trying to get her number too. So I want to know how many of them niggas she let hit. So therefore, I could either be the nigga to hit or I could be the nigga to take you on a real date. Because I ain't taking your motherfucking ass to chops when every other nigga done chopped that pussy. So it's a good question for me to ask.
Hot dog down what?
Right, it's a hot dog down a hallway, just a swimming in the pussy. Can't do no damage. She don't even know when you started or when you finished. Anyway, you sitting up here saying these things, it makes no damn sense. You know who making these arguments? Hoes is out here trying to make arguments and tell niggas to shift they thinking. You shouldn't care about this. Fuck if I don't. When I buy a car, I want the Carfax report. When I get a bitch, I want the Catfax report. Let me see the Catfax. I want to know who been in this motherfucker. Why? Because I'm about to go in it. And what they want men to do is not respect themselves and their bodies. That's why if a woman asks you to put a condom on, and you be like, I don't know about this, she gonna look at you like something's wrong. How you fellas will feel if a woman tell you, take that condom off on the first date?
They don't even ask for men to put it on anymore, do they?
Right. But you would think if you put it on and she said, take it off, you'd be like, whoa.
Oh, bitch.
You're gonna be like, how many niggas you told to
feel.
take that? You're gonna be like, how many niggas you told to take that condom off?
Right. It's just like me. Huh?
I think they don't understand that very few things are new under the sun. They want us to think that everything they do with us is the first time. It's only us. We're so special. It's never been done before.
No, they treat black men like this. That's why being raised by so many black women and no black men in the household, that's why we are subjected to listen to someone like that young lady and think she's saying something intelligent. Niggas with a father know what she's saying is stupid immediately. Somebody tell me I'm lying. If you was raised around some men, you know what the fuck she said was ignorant. Hell, she know it was ignorant, but she know niggas like pussy, and she can talk you simp niggas in the fucking. That's all it is. You niggas like, I'm glad that Ali said it. Don't nobody give a shit about what none of these bitches been. We want to fuck them. That's it. I wouldn't ask you. I done fuck so many bitches, I don't even know what their first name is. I don't know your name, bitch, because that's not what I'm trying to do. But if it gets to the point where I want to have something serious, I'm going to ask questions. It was a shame, Ali, that she didn't understand. I used to love giving that analogy of business. How you going to tell me I should be more strict about where I put my business than where I put my penis? You a fucking idiot. No offense, young lady. I'm just saying a fucking idiot says that. Because if I put my dick in you and I get HIV, that's going to last with me forever. If I put my name on a signature for a business, bitch, I can separate that if it don't go well. As a matter of fact, black women are so fucking backwards. Think about how many black women y'all have heard say this word. They got a baby by a nigga and you ask, are y'all getting married? Nah, that's a big step. Hold up, bitch. You can get married in Vegas in a drive-thru and get divorced the next damn day. But if I get you pregnant, you stupid bitch, you got 18 years of this motherfucker. And then after that, you got to put him in the world and he could turn into Jeffrey Dahmer. But it make more sense for you to think about marrying me than reproducing with me. Only black women say stupid shit like that. And only black men listen to stupid shit like that because your mama probably was a stupid bitch like that. And she told you that stupid shit and you thought it was normal. And this is what we have to change. We have to change this thought of a lot of women. I'm not saying a lot of women shouldn't be heard. I'm just saying they shouldn't be heard. Meaning this, after a while, when you listen to somebody and they say it, and it's usually based on their feelings more than what they know and what they can prove, you shouldn't build anything with that person. You wouldn't build a house if the nigga that came to design your house said, I feel. You wouldn't build a car if the nigga said, I feel. Y'all wouldn't get on a plane when a nigga told you how he felt when he was building it. No, he better tell you what the fuck he know, because that flight gotta work. And when it comes to relationships, you can tell we don't take them seriously. Because if a woman asks you, you ever slept with a man? Imagine if you said, you shouldn't ask me that on the first date. What do you think that woman would say?
You did, and I'm leaving.
Hey, Tommy.
I wish he said the words of, it shouldn't matter. Oh, well, it shouldn't matter that me and my boys had an orgy together. We told the bitches to leave. We just started fucking each other when we was 19. But that was just because a nigga had some, El Himador that night. It be fucking a nigga up. But it shouldn't matter. I'm 30 now. You know, I don't say
it's just unfair deals.
Tommy,
ain't no unfair deals all across the board.
There ain't no bankruptcy that can wipe out a STD.
Right. Yes, you can't file, what was it, chapter 7?
Chapter 7 to get rid of HIV.
Clean my dick off. It's a new dick now. We can start over again. A nigga filed chapter 13 dick. It doesn't happen. So when we are asked questions, if we won't even ask, if a bitch say, well, where do you work? And we won't tell her that, she'll write that down as a reason why I don't want to fuck with this nigga. There's a lot of reasons we get written off as men, but women don't want to play that same game. They don't like getting written off. They want to get the same damn thing as everybody else get. That's why old bitches now always talking shit about young bitches. I'm just as good as a young woman. No, you ain't, bitch. You ain't got no but a couple of eggs left, you 45-year-old hoe. You ain't even got enough to make an omelet. This young woman do better than you. When you was young, you old bitch, you was up there at the club and having niggas buy all kind of shit for you. Now ain't nobody buying nothing for you because you're smelling like motherfucking Ben Gay. So that's why. But I'm just as good as a young woman. No, you're not. And
hey,
we need to stop that damn lie. Because ain't nobody old hoes hating on young hoes. Let the young hoe get her time in the sun. You don't see old niggas like me hating on young niggas. I know this nigga can fuck you for days. I fuck you for 5 good minutes and my shit start crapping up. I ain't gonna try to take this nigga's pussy. I'm mad when he come around. This nigga fuck my bitch, I'm out of a job. Only good thing I know is at least when he doing it, I don't have to. Shit, I know he done.
Hey, Tommy, my wife heard in the background. She said you spitting that shit. You got her rolling like shit in the background.
Hey, look, the other part that I don't understand, and Tommy, you can attest to this. Anybody that's in my age bracket can attest to this. Saying that women don't ask personal questions when you first meet them, that's cap. I've been back in the day, chicks will ask you, you could meet a chick at a bar or a club. She'd be like, what kind of car you drive? Quick, what kind of car you drive? Are you a baller? You what kind of money you make? What kind of job you got? They'll ask you all kinds of invasive questions.
So angry man, before you go, let me get my thoughts off. Because I gotta leave in a quick second. For disclaimer, right? I don't think no nigga wanna fuck no bitch who got no 100 bodies or shit like that, right? But also, I hear everybody make valid points. It's really nothing I can argue with, but I'm just gonna give you my standpoint. Most women, they wouldn't even know what the fuck their body count is just to start off with, because for one, women fuck niggas, and if it wasn't good, it don't count in their head. If they fuck niggas and don't listen, hold on. If they fuck a nigga and he don't come, the bitch don't come, that don't count. So out the gate, she don't know her body count. Now, if I'm trying to, it's a saying out here that say most niggas don't give a fuck about, only niggas who give a fuck about a bitch body count is a nigga that's not in the count. If I'm only trying to fuck you, I don't care about your body count. That's one thing. But then on top of that, if I look at it from this point, as a man, we gotta have that gift of discernment. Man, I know a hoe when I see one, boss. I know a woman when I see one, because at the end of the day, it's in their aura. If a woman sit at the bar like Angry Man said, ask what kind of car she got, oh, this bitch is a digger. Okay, I know how to fuck with her then if I choose to fuck with her. And I think that's the self-awareness that men should always have, and never think with the little head. So when you think about body counts, that shit really don't matter to nobody unless they really is green, and you could tell the bitch, because look how quick she gave it to you. Look how quick she engaged. Look how quick she fucked with you. So when I be thinking about women and body, I don't think about a bitch body count, because I really don't give a fuck. She gonna lie anyway. And on top of that, she don't even have the count, because they fuck niggas and say it don't count. If they didn't like it, they didn't come. So body count don't really mean nothing. But a lot of y'all make valid points. But my question is, what is it to you if a bitch fucks 5 niggas in a year, or she fuck 5 niggas in a week? You probably wouldn't even know. I know niggas laying next to bitches that's fucking multiple niggas, and you won't even know. So what does it matter?
I think the thing is, when I ask, if I were to ask that question, it would just be me with anything, because I hired people for a living for IBM, and one of the reasons why we ask you questions is if anything comes up that's different than what you said, we now know you're a liar. So whether I feel it or not, I have it on paper. That's why I like to type a bitch more than I like to talk to a bitch on the phone. See, if I type you can't go back and say I never said that. You ever notice how women quick to say shit out in public, and then when you catch them, they say, I didn't say that. Nah, bitch, let me forward this right back to you. Here it is, that's you. Let me screenshot it, that's you. That's the same thing. You ask someone a question, it's usually a gauge. It's the same thing they do in a polygraph. They ask you a basic question, see how you answer it. Everything else is based upon your baseline.
So Tommy, I agree with that 100%, but don't the question you ask actually shows the motive and the direction that you're trying to go in when you fucking with people? Because I notice, bro, sometimes men and women, we don't really ask the right questions any fucking
no, I ask a lot of questions.
No,
because here's the thing.
No, I'm hearing what you saying, but I'm saying, like, if a motherfucker asks you a certain question, can't you tell off the question they ask you what direction they going in just from having self-awareness of life?
Oh, a lot of times you can, but that's why you keep people talking.
Yeah, because
you just keep people talking. That's where women fuck up. Have you noticed, like that woman who left? What that woman does is spend all her time trying to groom niggas. That's what she's doing. Women who talk like that, they're grooming niggas, forcing them what to say, what not to. The women will tell you stupid shit up front. When if a smart woman really wanted to find out about a man, you know what you let that man do? Talk. But what do black women do? They stop a nigga from talking. You'll see them on dating sites. If you like Trump, don't hit me up. You think because I like Trump, I still don't like rump, so I'll just take Trump off or I'll never bring that shit up? Fuck you. You know how many bitches I got through fucking and say, MAGA bitch. And then what you gonna do? Because your dumb ass told me what not to say. I don't want to be with nobody that don't love the Lord. First thing I lie about is I just got back from church on Sunday because the bitch taught me to lie. She's teaching me to lie because black women are so insecure that they try to mold niggas before they meet them. They tell them every fucking thing they need before they've ever found out this nigga's name. And if you really cared and you really wasn't insecure, you'd sit back and let that nigga talk. He now got to say shit. He got to find out what you like and what you don't. He got to start throwing shit up against the wall, see what stick. But you don't want that. Let me tell you what it is. Black women don't want that responsibility. That's why they love saying, I didn't know my baby daddy was like this. Have you noticed they always come back and say the nigga they fucked, had kids with, used to date, all kind of shit. They didn't know. Bitch, you should know everything you want to about me when I pull up on the first date. All you gotta do is take a picture of my license plate and pull up everything you need to know, bitch. So you want to be willingly ignorant by telling me to lie to you. That's what it is.
Hey Tommy, you ever notice how many chicks will say that a dude is a great communicator because the only thing he did was give her more opportunity to talk. Like the whole conversation was, damn, that's crazy. And then she just keep talking. Damn, for real? And then
agree with the stupid shit she say, angry man, like when she talking about her friends. How many of y'all have heard her tell the story about she mad at her friend and you realize, nah, bitch, you was the problem here. But we be like, So, because I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm trying to fuck. Why am I trying to argue with you? Going on a date with a woman is like going on a job interview. And if the job is stupid enough to sit there and just talk the whole time, I'm just going to shake my head.
Guys, that's it for today's video. I mean, everybody was dropping gems. I'm going to just leave it right there. I'm going to save my commentary for maybe the next video. I'm just going to leave it right there because a lot of topics were covered. Thank you again so much for the love. If you're still here, just hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I will see you on another one.